Yeah. Yo, I can say I'm one of the hardest working niggas out. One of the smartest rappers in this bitch without a doubt. I can say that I'm a walking, talking major key. The so-called minority playing major league. Riding through your hood and my hoopie feeling groovy. Still glowing like a star.
Bishop Grady, streets reporter of the New World Order, reporting to you live from the United States of America on February 1st, 2017, the first day of Black History Month. Now, last year, Super Bowl 51, I guess it was, actually brought in the highest viewership ever for all of the Super Bowls at 111 million. That's damn near a third of the entire country that we live in. I predict that this year, due to all the half-ass boycotting, all of these quarter water protests, it's probably going to get to 110 million this year. And that doesn't sit well with me, because there was real angst, there was real pain, and there was real struggle behind the NFL boycott. And now I'm noticing that a lot of people, black people whom I respect, are getting amped up for the Super Bowl. And not even just to go off of social media, but I just know, you just hear people talking about it. Like, many people are not taking the boycott of the NFL serious at all. It's almost like a thing of the past. You almost forget that that's what's going on. If I'm to judge by my social media. So to you black people, any black person that's like a willing participant in viewing the National Football League and its activities, and psyched up for the Super Bowl or going to a friend's house to watch it and all of that shit, to you I would have to ask. Now, this is an important question. To you I would have to ask, what would it take for you to boycott the NFL? Like, what does that look like? Where is the line drawn? And where do you feel like it would need to be crossed? See what I'm saying? Like, would it have to be, I mean, like, what would happen? Like, no, seriously though, think about it. Like, what line would have, like, how much are we supposed to take? Mistreatment of players, of all players, like, do they have, are they, players being treated as slaves, as property? I mean, think about all of the controversial statements that the Colin Kaepernick protest brought to light by some of these reporters who were just telling people, just stand up and stay in your place and all of that, all the way up to the motherfucking president of the United States calling NFL players sons of bitches, the motherfuckers who've been kneeling and protesting on behalf of Colin Kaepernick not being hired, who was protesting to bring attention to police brutality that is not an answer. This, my people, is systemic racism. Like, when people say racism is a system, this is what it looks like. Now, many of us, so-called conscious and so-called woke folks, understand this. To the ones who don't, then let me be the one to tell you that you are living in a virtual reality. See, now we're in a tech era where now they're coming out with all of these gadgets, and you have Oculus, which was purchased by Facebook, that is bringing virtual reality, something that we thought was just fantasy and something we'd see in sci-fi movies. uh, to reality, way closer than Nintendo Wii ever brought it. You know, you notice that we've just been creeping out in towards that direction anyway. But now we're here. In being here, we associate virtual reality with something that is like a fake reality. Like it's like, oh, you know, it's just fantasy. You know, you could go into this video game and basically be in the video game and act without real consequences and pretend all day. But the reality is there are real consequences to your shit. If you go in a virtual reality game, you can't just run off a cliff, or you can't just start swinging any which direction. You might fall off a fucking cliff or a building or something like that, or you might end up hitting a person, or punching into a wall and breaking your wrist or whatever. And I'm being a little dramatic, but the metaphor is the same thing goes for real life. See, when you can ignore something that's as glaringly obvious as racism, you're not living real life. You're not dealing with real life. Especially if you know that it's going on, but you're just going to ignore it so you can just enjoy your game in peace and live your happy life. That shit is fake. It's a fake life, but your movements have real implications. Now think about the course that this sets our folks on. All that screaming and hollering we was doing less than a year ago, or just throughout the season, and now here we are about to participate in America's unofficial holiday, as if none of this shit ever happened. Will we even take ourselves seriously then afterwards? I mean, come on, folks. We gotta really think about this. I was gonna type all of this shit out, but it was on my heart so much that I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna speak it, and if the Lord is with me, if the universe is on my side, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. But listen, folks, we really need to wake up. If you're going to watch it, at what cost are you willing to pay to watch it? Because the future of our progeny is on the line here. We're in a place where we could set precedents. Imagine if we gave them mind you, we're only 13% of the population, but nevertheless, that's at least 30 million people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. Imagine we get them down to you know what I mean? 90 million people, 90 million viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even down to 100 million. That's a statement, and that's letting people know we are not with this shit. We're not falling for the okie doke anymore. That's sending a message to the players that are on the field. That's letting them know, like, listen, y'all can protest because we are out here and we are watching y'all. We got your backs. But if we pretend like nothing is going on, then they're gonna feel like, well, the people that was valid, they're gonna feel like, well, shit, I ain't sticking my neck out. You see what happened to Colin Kaepernick? He ain't get his job back, and motherfuckers done forgot about it anyway. What the fuck am I riding for? Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I need to get plugged back in. You dig what I'm saying? So all my Matrix viewers out there, you know what I mean? Like, it's real like that though. Now for me and mine, 2018, this is the year of divestment. And beyond, it ain't even a 2018 thing. It's a lifestyle, period. Like, we divested from this shit. You dig? But so I don't want to be too high and mighty because it's easy for me to personally boycott the NFL. Listen, I'm gonna go get it anyway. So whenever I look at sporting events, I see it as like, oh, my peers getting money, like, so I gotta get to the bag. Like, so I'm really not in the sports, and plus I'm a fairly decent athlete, so I play sports myself. I played for an elite high school football program, so I understand the how fascinating football is, American football is. I understand. I get it. It's a great sport. Extremely tough, a lot of aggression, a lot of action, but it's not too much. It's just enough, you know what I mean, for you. It's just a great game. Going to a national football game is a great experience. Like, I understand that. But at some point we have to take a stand. We live in a society that on purpose is Eurocentric. So even if they wanted to include us, even if they weren't racist, you could still expect racism to take place because we are not who this society was built for. And I'm talking to black folks. We are not. We just simply are not. But now when you have motherfucking, what Charlemagne the God calling celebrity in chief, you got fucking shithead president like Donald Trump that's spewing out racism left and right through his fucking orange. He's just a fucking shithead. I don't even want to digress. I'll rank on him all day, but at the end of the day, we have somebody like that is the leader and the most visible person in the country right now, and make you believe like he's the most visible person on the planet. And with his rhetoric, I mean, he's bringing racism to light. So these are the times we're living in. So what are we gonna do about it? Like, we have to defend ourselves, we have to survive. Period. Not just in America, on this planet. On this planet, because we can be annihilated. We could be led to annihilate ourselves. If we don't get a grasp of who we are, of our true identity. If we don't have respect for ourselves. I would have to say that to watch the NFL in the Super Bowl this year would be detrimental to ourselves. I'm going to sign off on that. I don't want to ramble too long, but this is food for thought, man. Fuck that. This is a call to action. Fuck the NFL. Fuck the Super Bowl. It's tough, I know. The Eagles are in there too. They got the chance to take it. But think about it, man. First off, the NFL is already run with a slave auction type facade. You know what I mean? And you see they don't care about the players, black or white, due to concussion lawsuits that are built up against them. I mean, players are just left out there to dry and die. I mean, it's a very dangerous sport. High contact, 300-pound motherfuckers that run 4.7s coming at you. You feel like you're getting hit by a bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting hit day in and day out, being paid very little, compared to the training and the all that you have to endure to even get through any single NFL game, let alone a season, let alone a career, however long or short that may be. So you're talking about underpaid players. You're talking about constant exploitation, and then you're talking about just all of these racial undertones that you see in the reporting of some of these stories, or even in just the controversial stories that get light. You think of all the bad boys of the NFL, you're automatically going to think black people. But there are white people catching charges left and right too, man. That's just not brought to light. You know what I mean? So you know, really, we gotta think about what are we trying to save here? What? And at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I rap. You know what I mean? I do my broadcast, whatever. But I could talk to the people as well. Fuck with me, man. Bishop Grady, Streets Reporter of the New World Order, Black Fox Newz Editor-N-Cheef. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'm out.
Still glowing like a star when I pull up on your movie. Graduation party CEO getting loopy. I can say I'm king, can't hide my crown, no goofy. Salute me or remove me, and you probably had to shoot me, cause my attitude be fuck your whole squad like a groupie. Recruit me, we recouping like a I-8 bars like a bad bitch, I smoking like a Lucy. I love the game, I love the hustle like a money miss. CD still burning like a crotch with a funny itch. And we digital, cause I ain't on no bummy shit. Before that, I take you out to eat like you a hungry bitch. I touch the people cause it's hip hop and I'm special. Respect that game.